Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, February 24th. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of discretionary, technical, and then even some quantitative criteria, all of which we're going to break down in just a moment. As always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we've got 4, 6, 7 names we are going to be looking at today. And we're going to kick things off with the discretionary bucket. So these are trade ideas that I basically am looking through IBD's watch lists and our own TR150 watch list, which is our own universe of stocks that we curate weekly. And the reason, these lists are important is because they provide a sort of high quality universe to start from. So whether it's on the IBD front, which have pre-screens for fundamentals, rising growth or accelerating growth, and strong balance sheets, these types of things are just good backdrops of stocks to then trade, and looking for the technicals to sort of line up with the fundamental backdrop gives you some powerful setups. So the first one here is OCUL. Now, you might remember this name. This was actually on our list in January. This was an early January candidate. As this was consolidating in here, we started to point it out, and really there hasn't been a whole lot of change except for the consolidation basically stretching out a few more weeks, right? So now we're towards the end of February, so it's a month later. The stock is basically in the same area, but we have well-defined support. And in fact, yesterday was a pretty notable session for the stock, traded all the way down to 1656, but then saw a pretty strong reversal on heavy volume. And today, we don't quite have the follow through, but it's back in this range. So I think the levels here are just once again very clear. If we zoom out, you can see stock has been in a nice trend here in 2020. It's not quite at all-time highs, but it's at multi-year highs, and it's got just a nice looking kind of consolidation going on here after that strong run-up. So OCUL, that's the first idea. Obviously hasn't gotten going yet. Needs to break over, 2130, 2150 into the 22s to start getting that momentum. So keep an eye out for it as our first trade idea. Number 2 is CWH. So again, this comes from our my discretionary sort of eyeballing here in bucket. CWH, Camping World. So this one has kind of gone nowhere for the past, let's call it 7 months. And it is back towards the highs, and it is almost put in some type of, kind of like a rounded bottom base up here underneath its highs. I don't think this is all-time highs, although it's pretty close. Yeah, it's kind of basing under its all-time highs, which were made back in 2017 after its IPO. So it's trading at multi-year highs, and it's lifted above this $30 base. It kind of retested these highs, and now it's flagging out kind of nicely here. So it's just a good consolidation, good long consolidation here. It just seems to have lots of potential fuel in the tank if this can get going to the upside. So again, kind of looking at, depending on how aggressive you want to be. Some traders like to enter early over, call it $38 as it starts to break the downtrend line. Other traders looking for a little more sort of follow through or just confidence in the trade would be closer to over $40 to see this one get going. So that's number 2 there. That's CWH. Now let's move into some of our technical scans. So these are scans that we've built. They are all on our TC2000 store on the website. The first here, I think, just comes from our free scan, is just a new 52-week highs on heavy volume. So I think you can download this one for free for all you TC2000 users. Essentially, Halo here, Halo, breaking out today, heavy volume coming in, And certainly it's a little bit of a stretch and a run right now. But if you're looking for momentum, if you want to, if you like waiting for some digestion here in these patterns, something to keep on the watch list. HALO exploding higher here in today's session. Number 2 is KKR. So KKR in the financial services area. And this one is hitting our pullback strength scan. And what this one is looking for is kind of the way I like to easily describe it is it's sort of looking for kind of bull flag like patterns. Got a strong momentum run up to the upside, and then you have a nice kind of orderly pullback, digesting or consolidating or pulling back some of that move. And then you have basically a session here where you're starting to get going back to the upside. So you're starting to resume trend, trying to put in that higher low. That's what looks like is trying to get started here in KKR. Again, just a nice sell-off after a strong move to the upside. So KKR, keep an eye on that one. Number 2 or number 3, I think from our technical list is Garmin, GRMN. I think this one's hitting potentially multiple scans, probably the pullback strength scan we just talked about, but it's also hitting our bullish engulfing scan. So we opened below the body of yesterday's range, and we have put in a strong move and in basically engulfing really yesterday's candle, prior day's candle, 2 days before candle, and making a strong move, loud move to the upside. There's not a whole lot of volume coming in here. That's the one downside. It's kind of a lighter volume rally. So do keep that in mind if that is important to you, if that's what you like to see in your setups. You're not really getting the volume at this time accompanying this move, but you still have a stock that is basically trading just off of its all-time highs, had a nice run up in February, pulled back about 30%, and is now lifting back to the upside. Last but not least, from our technical scan is Smartsheet, SMAR. This one's hitting our pin bar scan. So this is a bullish pin bar pattern here. Basically, we've got this long wick on the downside, and we've got back-to-back pin bars here. So we've got basically, this isn't quite maybe a classic pin bar. I don't know if this really qualified yesterday, but you still have 2 nice long kind of tails down here in the lower 70s, basically indicating there's some buying pressure going on there, or at minimum a lack of selling pressure. So Smartsheet is trying to kind of stabilize here, and it's also coming in at a pretty important spot because this is effectively retesting the breakout area, this big range, multi-month range that we broke out from in early February. So this is a key retest spot for this stock. It's exactly where you'd want to see it hold. Let's see if it can in fact hold here. So SMAR, pin bar strength, bullish pin bar scan is where we found that one. Last but not least is SNPS. This is a trade that our quantitative trading system took today. So this is our Lamerick trading system. This is a short-term tactical swing trading system. It got long this, so this was a signal for us yesterday. We purchased the stock this morning in the 248s, just under 249 was our fill. So full disclosure, we are long. I'm long SNPS right now, looking for higher prices. It is certainly put in a good move from this morning's open. We've basically have a stock that has been pretty strong here, trading just off of its all-time highs, but it had a pretty steep sell-off. Our trading system kind of stepped in this morning, picked up where we thought the sell-off was getting a little exaggerated, and we're looking for just a few days higher. So we could flip this out very, very quick, as early as, later this week, basically, and we would be out of this trade. So it's very tactical. It's not looking for a big home run swing. It's looking to get in, get out, and that's kind of what that trading system does. If you want to learn more about that, there's a lot more info for that trading system on our website. You can get trading signals delivered to your inbox if that's something that interests you. So that is it. That's what I got for this week's video. Handful of different names there, a few different looks on the technical trade ideas. So as always, I'd love to know, though, what you like most here. What stock stood out to you? Any of these that you're trading yourself, or anything else that you're noticing today? There's been some volatility, makes some opportunity for us traders. So leave a comment below. Let us know what you're looking at, and what stock you like the most. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning in and watching. Every Wednesday we do trade ideas just like this, so do subscribe to our channel or follow us at The Trade Risk. And we'll see you back here on Friday for the weekend market analysis video. We'll see you then.